Hey there, Jody here, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here on my channel, I talk about broadly books and television. And in today's video, I will be going over my December TBR, the last TBR of the year. I've been making these videos every month this year, and it was interesting. I never did this before on my channel where I made TBR videos every month. So yeah, it was fun. Whether or not I continue this next year, I'm not really sure, but we'll see, I guess. So yeah, normally in my TBR videos, I pick at least like 5 books or so to read. I usually end up reading, if I'm lucky, maybe 3 to 4 books throughout the month. In November, sadly, I only got around to reading 2 books. I did start a 3rd book, but I have still like 100 pages to go, and I didn't get to finish that before the month was over, sadly. But it's really great, so that is going to be the first book on my TBR for December, which is The Love of My Afterlife by Christy Greenwood. I love this book so much. As of now, it's probably my favorite book of the year. I just relate so much to the main character, and I just love the story and how it's told, and it's just really incredible. I'm so glad I finally got around to reading this. Now moving on to the rest of my December TBR. Like I mentioned in my last few TBR videos, I have this bookcase that has a mystery thriller bookshelf, and I've been trying to read every mystery thriller on the shelf, and so far I think I've read, I forget exactly, I think it's around 11 books on the shelf. The mystery thrillers I want to read this month from that shelf are The Mystery Writer and also Secrets Never Die. These are 2 mystery thrillers I've had for quite some time now, and I'm very excited to finally hopefully pick these up to read in December. The last 2 books on my TBR will be romance, because romance is one of my favorite genres now, and I wanted to make sure I read at least 1 romance this month, so I decided to include 2 on this list. Hopefully I get around to reading both of them or one of them at the very least. The first one is a book that I didn't initially think I wanted to get. I was like, I don't have to get every book that everyone talks about, but then everybody kept talking about this one romance that came out that's a seasonal holiday kind of read, and I was just like, I gotta see why this book is so popular. So I was like, fine, I'll buy the book and hopefully get around to reading it in December. And that book is called Good Spirits by B.K. Borson, which I believe this is the first book in like a new series. I'm not sure, but I think I heard that. And so yeah, I'm very excited to pick this book up to read and see what all the hype is about. And the last book on my TBR is called Finding Her Edge. This is a YA romance that is going to be getting a Netflix series, I believe, in 2026. Those are all the books on my TBR for December. I really do hope that I get around to reading more in December than I did in November. Hopefully I'm more consistent with my reading in December, because I would like to read at least 10 more books than I read last year. So last year I read 22, and so this year I hope to read 32. Currently I'm reading my 29th book of the year, and I don't have that many more books to read to make it to my goal of 10 more books than I read last year, which would be 32. I definitely hope to read more than that if I can, but you know, if I'm able to make that reading goal for this year, you know, I'm fine with that, because that would be the most books that I've ever read in a year, and hopefully next year I read even more. We shall see. Before I end today's video, I just want to say a quick thank you to all of you who have checked out my TBR videos throughout this past year. It really does mean a lot. I'm a really small channel, and it means so much to me anytime anyone takes like any time out of their day to watch one of my videos, to hear what I have to say, you know, as far as books, television, or, you know, Broadway, which is what I talk about on my channel. I almost forgot there for a second. But yeah, it means a lot to me, and I just want to say thank you so much. It definitely gives me encouragement to keep going with my channel, because sometimes I get a bit frustrated, because it does feel like sometimes I'm not really talking to anyone. That's how it goes sometimes with small channels, I'm sure. I'm sure everyone out there who has a small channel feels like that sometimes, but yeah, it really does mean a lot anytime anyone takes time to watch my videos. That's gonna be for today. Thank you once again so very much for watching. I hope you have a great reading month in December as well. And until next time, bye.